What's up, YouTube? Hey subscribers, listen, I got something important for you, right? If it's your first time on channel, it means the world to go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And guys, if you've been following me for any length of period of time, hit that like button, because man, that's how we grow our channel. That's how we've been able to build the fastest credit channel. Now, there's one thing that you should know. If you know Mike from the Credit Game, that's me. If you know me, then you probably know that I don't sugarcoat things. I'm not gonna sugarcoat shit, okay? I'm gonna tell you what you need to hear, not what you wanna hear. Not what mommy and daddy's been telling you. Your credit's great, you're doing well, you're working so hard, don't burn out, right? Now, as a child, the most important number you can have is called a 3-digit, well, shit, let's do it this way. As a child, the best thing you can have is an A, right? That's your report card. As an adult, it's a 3-digit number called a FICO. And it is your responsibility, your obligation, and your duty as a living human being to be the best version of you can be, right? Not when you die, people forget about you 3 weeks later. How about when you die, people remember you because you left a legacy and they can't fit another damn body in the church. That is what I'm talking about. That's leaving a legacy for your family, someone to look up to. People don't want to, when I die, I don't want people to forget, oh, Mike was a great guy. Well, he's a nice guy, man. He didn't help anybody. How about manning up or woman up and say, you know what? I want to have the best credit score so I can provide for myself. Maybe you don't have a family. Maybe I'm talking to someone who doesn't have kids, or mom and dad. Whatever the case is, I'm talking to you listening. And you listening, if you can't do it for them, do it for you. As a human being, you're put on this earth to be the best version of you. And the last thing you want to do is die when nobody remembers you. So, as a child, A, B, C, D, F. As an adult, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800. That's the number you want to raise, guys. And this is going to allow you to do the things that you would never believe are possible, but you got to take action. You got to take action today and stop waiting. I did a video yesterday, and you guys can go back to it. It was done on Wednesday, the 17th of February. And I said that you guys got to take action. I said, hey, put it in the comments. If you woke up with an 800 credit score, what would you do? And an unbelievable amount of people put comments, and they said, buy a house, I'd invest in real estate, I'd be able to provide for my family. Some people said I'd retire early. And I said, put in comments below what it would look like. And then what was ironic about the video was that after I asked that question, I also followed up by saying, if these are the things that you want to do in your life if you had an 800 credit score, then answer this question for me. Why are you waiting? We had over 100 and some comments of people that said what they would do if they had a high credit score, but yet they're not doing anything about it. Why? Why are you waiting? So that's more the important question, is why don't you have the drive? You tell me what you want, but then you don't tell me why you're not doing it. If Mike at the Credit Game and everybody out there on my sales floor and the 30 people I have in my company want to help you, why are you not getting the help? You see, and this is part of the video here that I want to share with you. Because when you realize that you have the legal right to challenge anything on your credit report, legally, you can do it. And just like you can cut your chest open and pull your heart out and start doing surgery and putting stents in, you have the legal right to do it. This is America. And if you're not watching America, I'm sure you could do that yourself if you wanted. And guess what? If you had a bad tooth that needed to be pulled out, guess what? You can take a hammer and a chisel and start knocking it out if you wanted to too. But does that mean that you want to do that? Do you want to pull your heart out and start attaching shit? Or do you want to get it done the right way, by a professional, by somebody, a team who does this day in and day out? That's the difference. Every time you send in a dispute, okay? Every time you send in a dispute, you can just Google this, guys. Type in dispute letters form. It's going to give you a cookie cutter form. Okay, now I want to give you the analogy here and how this works. They put these forms on there, And literally the sections of things that you can select, like it's not mine, it's a family member that belongs to another person in my family, I don't recognize this account. These are cookie cutter forms. What that means is, think about 330 million people in America, and the percentage of people that have under a 650 credit score that are using these forms. Okay, now the way it works is this: when you send in a form, okay, what happens is when it gets to the credit bureaus have a software that turns your form into a 2-digit number. And that 2-digit number starts at 26 and goes all the way to 89. 26 is your cookie cutter letters. Okay? Now, if you're talking about a letter that says a 609 or the 604 Act, right, maybe the 611, these are slightly higher. You're talking about maybe 28, 29. Now, let me give you what happens. When your dispute letters get to the credit bureaus, the thing about it is when it converts to a number, the lower the number, the less likely that it is going to be removed. Okay? Now, knowing that, from 26 to 89, and the lower the number, the less chance it's going to get removed, would you not want to know how to have an 89 form? Right? Okay. Now, here's the good news. Not only do I have the 89 forms, but I have an opportunity for you guys to not use forms at all. So my vendor has proprietary software, and this software directly communicates with the credit bureaus in a way to where the forms aren't even needed. So not only in the credit game do I give you proprietary letters that are actually at 89, meaning if an 89 gets to the credit bureaus, it is opened by a human. When it gets to a human versus a computer, you don't think there's people literally, all the millions of letters that come in every day, that people are actually reading your letters, right? And going, oh, well, maybe this one looks accurate. Let me check and be cross-verified. No, it doesn't work that way. The way it works is when your letter gets to the credit bureaus, it is digitally scanned in, and when it's scanned in, they got people that are trying to like hand write it in, right? They try to mess this. That's old school, guys. That ain't gonna work anymore. Okay. The new school 2021 is this: you better have the 89 forms, or you better have software. And my vendor has software, and they only deal with credit game clients because I send them enough business. And guess what? They have the fastest results. Why? Because with COVID, and everybody knows what that is, guess what's happening? There's a skeleton crew of people, and less likely that your letter is going to make it to somebody. So the problem with doing letters, even though it's not a bad thing, if you had 89s, you're going to get results, which I have in the credit game for you guys. But I also pay for, as part of my thanks to you guys who come on board, who say, you know what, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I want the help, and I don't want to pull my own tooth out or pull my own heart out. I want to get the work done for me. Guys, when you're working every day, you know that we're behind the scenes and we're doing the work for you. What kind of feeling is that you don't have to try to figure out what code you are, what bureaus to send it to, how many letters should you send to the creditor, should I try to figure out if I could buy the software for $418,000? Guys, no. Okay? Look, the reality is this. Professionals do what they do. And I have to tell you that you have the legal right to do it yourself. Just like I told you. You can really pull out your heart if you wanted to too. But you're not going to do it. Right? If you get cancer, you're not going to try to cure your own cancer. You're going to try to go do chemo. There's professional things for professional results. So I go back to my question this, when I tell you this. When you put all those comments in there yesterday about how you woke up with an 800 credit score, you would do this. And it was very special to me, like dear to my heart. And it really hurt, to be honest with you. When I was looking at these comments and people were putting in there, I would buy my first house. I would literally expand my business. I would put my family in a better position. I would retire early. And then I asked myself, like, why is that a wish and not a reality? How do you make it a reality? You know how you make it a reality? The only way that you're going to make that a reality is by doing something about it. Your credit score is not going to go up without you doing anything about it. In fact, it's probably going to get worse. The only way you get better at having better credit is learning the game, getting in the credit game. I pay for the elite credit repair that's done digitally for you, plus you have everything that I used. Remember, every word that I'm talking to right now, every word that's coming out of my mouth is me talking about me, and you're just happening to listen to us. I built the credit game for me. I was at a 515 credit score on the balls of my ass, guys, and I apologize for saying it like that. And I didn't know where I was going, and I didn't know what I was doing. But let me tell you something. Today I'm an 829 credit score, and I've never looked back. And I've been over an 800 credit score for the last 7 years straight. When you learn the game and you get amazing credit, you will thank me for pushing you to the next level. Because I didn't have someone to push me. I didn't have a family member that said, Mike, your credit shit. You ain't got no money. I didn't have that. I had to find somebody to push me. And no school has ever taught the subject of credit. When I created the credit game, I knew that it would go viral. I knew that the results would be unparalleled to any other bullshit, monthly company. You don't know how many calls I get a day. 100+ calls a day, just on this one topic. How are you different than Lexington Law Firm? That is the biggest single question that people ask when they call in. And I say this, or my team does. You can't compare an apple to an orange. That's like comparing a Honda to a Lambo. It's not even in the same ballpark. And you guys are so hung up on the price of everything and not value. You're so hung up on money as opposed to time. That's why I know if I put this, and I ask you to put in comments below, what's more important, time or money? I'm 100% positive that 99% of you would say time, because you're smart. So if time is more important to you than money, and you know that you can earn more money and make more money, why have you not called to get your credit in the right place? Because this is it, guys. Let me tell you something. Statistically, once you are at a 781 credit score, you are now valued at over $100,000. You can Google it. Just getting you to close to an 800 credit score, you are now worth $100,000 in hard hold cash. Hard cold cash, 100,000 just to get there. Think about the things you can do. Refinance the house, better interest rate. Refinance the car, better interest rate. Get your first car, get a new car, get into a better apartment, buy your first home, get into real estate, renovation work, finance something, get your business started, like get more equipment, whatever it is you need. That 3-digit number is holding you back from your life. And I'm telling you something, guys. This is just me being, this is my rant. But I love you, and I appreciate you guys being subscribers, and I want you to take action. Look, you coming on board is not going to change my life, okay? It's not going to change my life except for one thing. Seeing you succeed, not the financial, okay? I'm doing well enough. I don't need the money. But what you'll do for me is you'll tap into my potential. What I know and my why is to do two things. Take people from a 667, literally the national credit average, and change that to 700 this year, and to take people who are employed and help them understand why self-employment is a much better move. That's my two whys. So you come on board, I am literally working with you hand in hand to help you change your life, change your family's life, because that would then create my why and why I get up every day. Because I want to help millions of people across the United States and even in the world. We're in Canada, we're in the UK now. This credit game thing is getting out, okay? And you're either going to take advantage of it, or you're going to continue to do it yourself, or you're going to go to one of these monthly companies, and then I'm going to see you again later anyways, right? So let me follow up what I was telling you before. Remember I was telling you that the biggest call that I get is, what are you different from a monthly company? And I said Lexington Law Firm just because I want to give you most people know about that company. It seems like a shiny opportunity. It does. It's very attractive. $100 and some a month. The part they don't tell you is that you're going to be on a hamster wheel for the next 18 to 24 months. And the reason why is because A, they're doing letters, okay, which is old school. Number two, if you're paying monthly, what incentive does a monthly company have to get your credit fixed fast. They can keep you on the hamster wheel for 18 months at $150 a month. That's over $2,000 right there. So my question is this: what's more important to you, time or money? Because if money's more important to you, then you'd certainly go with a monthly company. If time's more important to you, then you would say, you know what, Mike? I get it now. Now it makes sense of why doing it digitally and getting results in 7 days on my Lambo package. 7 days, guys. 7 days. 1 week. I got people that are in my mastermind group that are saying I got results in 3 days. So I have the Lambo package and I have the Maserati package. They're both going to get you there. One's slightly faster than the other. But either way, they're both done electronically. They're both done by software. And one you're going to get results in 90 days. And the other is going to be 7 days. Huge difference. I say it all to tell you this. Think about this as I leave. Remember, you have the legal right to do it yourself. But my question is, if you put all those comments in there from yesterday's video, why haven't you taken action yet? Why haven't you called to say, you know what? Do the work for me. Let me sit back and worry about my life. I got work to do. I don't have time. My desk is filled with papers. The last thing I want to do is try to figure out what letters to send, how often to send them, what bureaus to send them to. Should I send them to the credit bureaus? And guess what? Should I even send letters? Why are they not working? They're not working because things change. And in 2021, these bureaus are realizing that the letter format, unless you have a very high 89 in the 80s, it's very difficult to get things removed. So I challenge you to do this. I challenge you to call me to say, you know what? I want the help, no matter what it takes. I'm ready to move forward and change my life and my family's life so I can have a high credit score as an adult and help my family. And I'll leave a legacy for them. Take that step, guys. It doesn't take anything but a phone call. You call me, I'm going to help you. This is why credit scores as adults are extremely important, and really the description of why paying a monthly company versus getting it done fast is like comparing a Honda to a Lambo. I hope this finds you well. And guess what? I'm going to do something special for you when you call. But I'm not going to tell you when you call. Until you call and get in the deal, I want you to say, when you call in, I want you to say this: March 18th. And the reason I'm going to say March 18th is because I want to reference this video to see who really took this video to heart and who's like, you know what, I'm going to pull my own heart out and do my own surgery. Choice is yours. My life doesn't change either way. The only reason my life changes is because I understand that if I can help you change your life, that hit me in the heart, that I can help you. And if I can help you, like I've helped hundreds of thousands of people and millions of people in my career, you're no different. The only difference is those people took it serious and actually called me. What are you waiting for? I want to help you. So call me today and I'm going to give you something special. But say March 18th and I'm going to give you something when you get into any of my programs. 904-420-7772. I'll talk to you guys in a few minutes. I love each and every one of you guys. Take care.